Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we're back with another video, and what we're going to do today is going to be the first of many videos that are going to be discussing hero loadouts, and these are going to be driven by all of you. So our Discord community decided that the first video here that they wanted covered was going to be on Stoneheart Farrah. And from here on out, though, all of the comments down below are going to be what decides and determines what the next video is going to be. So what I will be doing in the plan is to showcase a video based around a specific hero. And then I will put together a support team that I feel would be some of the best options for you. So if you have any suggestions on a certain hero that you would like to see a good loadout for, or something that you think would be very beneficial to see for that hero, just let me know what hero you would like to use as a commander or you would like to see in a video, and I will make a video here showing what support members I would use, how I would set the loadout up, and some of the best situations to use this loadout or whatever loadout you suggest. So feel free to leave those comments down below, and without further ado, we're going to jump right into today's video. Alright, so today's video is going to be, as I mentioned at the intro here, is going to be Stoneheart Farrah. And I'm showing you the loadout that I am currently using for Farrah. However, there are some other changes that could take place, and I'll explain those now. The first thing is obviously Farrah in the lead, and you can use Totally Rockin' Out, or if you choose to, you can use Blast from the Past. I prefer to do a lot more damage, so I use Totally Rockin' Out. Farrah is not a character that, if you're going to utilize her the best way possible, you don't need to be up close. Therefore, you don't really have to have as much health. You just need to be able to use your double jump, dodge, and fire your bow. So that's about it. As long as you can do that, you're pretty good with Farrah. So I tend to lean more towards using Totally Rockin' Out, but it's entirely up to you. To activate Totally Rockin' Out, as well as to have the best possible loadout, I use Breakbeat Wildcat with her Battle Beat, because eliminating 10 enemies in 9 seconds will grant Rockin' Riff. And when Rockin' Riff is activated, it causes Totally Rockin' Out to activate, which increases crit rating by 160, and it heals you for 73.75 base health. So definitely a huge buff. It's not only increasing your crit rating, but giving you health. And with Battle Beat, you're increasing your damage by 50%. The melee attack speed doesn't matter, but that's not what we're going for with this build. It's just that 50% damage buff. Then you also have Fumble. You can use Varsity Hero for his Fumble ability, which is causing eliminated enemies have a 7% chance to fumble a football. You'll see the little footballs laying around, and they're like got a glow around them, and you can walk around, just run over them. It automatically picks them up and grants Rockin' Riff. So this is good if you take out a husk. They happen to drop one, you can pick it up. But I personally find that using Battle Beat 9 times out of 10 is the way to go. Fumble's just like there if you need it, and it activates Totally Rockin' Out. But Battle Beat's really where it's at, because with Farrah and her arrows splintering off, you're going to do so much damage to groups that you basically stay activated in Rockin' Riff almost all the time. As long as you have enemies there to kill, you're going to kill them. Then the other thing I use is Rabbit Raider Jonesy for his Sure Shot, which increases sniper critical damage by 75%. Now, what makes this very good is because you have Totally Rockin' Out, which increases your crit rating, you're going to be critting for a lot. And then you have Rabbit Raider Jonesy, who that crit damage is going to be increased by an additional 75%, which is insane. So use that. These three right here are great, minus the Fumble. Like I said, it's just there You can run main stage Quinn if you want, like if you're gonna farm some metal and, you know, eat the sub wafers or something if you'd like. But I mean, this is kind of a, yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. But the sure shot and the battle beat are amazing with Farrah, so those are two I highly suggest. Now, Plasma Arc is one that you can change out if you'd like. I like using it because it does have a 20% chance to zap nearby enemies for 58% of the damage dealt. And 20% is not actually a bad percentage. I mean, you think 1 in every 5 shots, you know, roughly. That's not guaranteed, by the way, that 1 in every 5 shots is going to cause this to happen. It's just it's a 20% chance. So, but it's a decent number that you could do. And then I have Locked and Reloaded, which is after reloading increases weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds. With, you know, arrows, you reload after every shot. So, I mean, you basically are keeping a constant 15% damage buff at all times. So, and then I like to run Adrenaline Rush and Stationary Hover Turret in there as well. Now, some of the others that you can change out, you could change out, I would say, Plasma Arc if you want. You know, you could go with Coconuts. I would say, wherever my going Coconuts is at, I may have him out on an expedition right now. That's Crossbones Barrett. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, yeah. Crossbones Barrett, you could run him, and he will allow you to find Coconuts, which gives you a 16% damage buff, as well as gives you an instant heal plus healing over time. So the Coconuts are the strongest consumable weapon in the game right now, so I would suggest those as well. That's something you can swap out for either one of these two if you'd like. Another one that you can use, which I don't have, I would really like to have, is Redline Ramirez. I will eventually get her. I think she's in Road Trip. Yeah, Road Trip Hero. And what she does is she increases sniper damage by 17%. So not huge, but it is something. But you can throw Redline Ramirez is in there as well. But like I said, if you don't have Redline Ramirez and you have Crossbones Barrett, which if you played last season, you should have him, then you could use him, eat some coconuts, gives you a 16% damage buff as long as you're affected by coconuts. So, and you can generally find quite a few of those. So, those are some options there. And now let's get into some of the gameplay, and I'll kind of show you how this loadout works. All right, so we are in a 160 4-player mission. Just wanted to pull up the highest level mission that's out there, so that way you can see the effect that it would have on the toughest husk in the game. We'll try to find some encampments, but it is a 160, and I will show you two variations of the Xenon bow that I use. One variation being it has the energy element, reload speed, fire rate, crit damage, crit rating, and causes affliction. The one that I like to use the majority of the time in higher level missions, like mid to lower level missions, this easily, because you don't need any extra damage. But if I'm fighting by myself and I, you know, go after husk, you know, anything, not husk, but mist monsters or anything like that, I like to use the second variation that I have of a Xenon bow. So we'll just come back to life here and I will show that to you. And that is the second variation is energy element, reload, fire rate, damage, plus 45% damage to afflicted targets and causes affliction. So the first shot doesn't do the additional damage. However, the second shot does, which makes this very strong. So the first shot against like this mist monster is not going to be as strong, but look at how much damage I did with that second shot. The second shot does so much damage because it's doing that additional 45% on the afflicted, because the first shot afflicted it. So I like to use that variation on these higher level missions. It takes, you know, an extra shot, so that initial shot doesn't do as much damage, but that second shot does way more damage, if that makes any sense. So let's run this medium encampment here and kind of show you what we got going on. We should get Rock and Riff activated relatively quickly. There we go. 2 shots usually does it, especially on encampments. And as long as you're just jumping, dodge some shots, you're going to melt right through these guys pretty well. This is a high damage output build. It does do a lot of damage. Now you see, you do take a lot more damage to yourself, and you don't have as much health as well. So that's something to consider. If you are finding it hard to stay alive, you may want to swap using this build, using maybe the Plasma Arc or something, and grabbing Crossbones Barrett, so that way you can run the coconuts or something, and that will allow you to heal a lot better. So that's an option as well. I generally run this loadout, and I have a team, so I don't have to worry so much about, you know, staying alive. I've got a team with me. They help divert some of the, you know, the husks that are like focusing and stuff like that. So that is, you know, that's how you know, you run it. You know, you have to play things. There's no there's really, I'd say, no one build that fits all situations. Generally, I mean, there's factors that take place, you know. Are you playing with a team? Are you not playing with a team? Things like that. Those matter. So if anyone tells you, oh, this is the best build, remember, 99.99% of that is opinion. So there's not necessarily, I won't say there's not at all, but generally speaking, there's not just one set build that is like, this is the best in all situations, you know. That generally is not the case. So be wary of people that tell you, oh, this is the best, you know, because it may not be the best for you, you know. Playstyle and everything factors into it. Alright, so that is it. That's all I've got for this video. I wanted to showcase that a little bit to you, show you this Stoneheart Farrah build, and let me know what you think. If you have these heroes, give it a try. Let me know down in the comments if you tried it out, if you like it. Also, I need to know, comment down below and let me know what's the next hero that you would like me to cover, and I will do my best to get those videos out as quickly as possible. Anybody that watches my channel, watches any of my content on Twitch, you know, I've said multiple times, I work a full-time job. I've got my own family, so I don't create content full-time. So I just can't, you know, drop everything I'm doing and make content all the time. So I don't get a post as often as I would like, but I do try to make as much content as I can and make it educational for you all. So hopefully it will help. If anyone has any questions, anything like that, feel free to join our Discord. Link is down in the description. We've got a great community. We're almost up to 600 people now, so that's great. We're growing and just continuing to help each other, and it's definitely one of the best communities out there. You're respected, you're treated with respect, and as long as you are respectful, you will remain in the group. So, but I hope you all found this helpful, insightful, and be sure to comment down below and let me know the next hero you'd like to see. Until then, I'll catch you in the next video.